Hi, I'm JD Wilson, and I'm the Vice President of Students here at Visible Music College. And while you've been gone, we've been getting ready for you to come back, ready for this pandemic to be over. Most importantly, ready to provide the safest environment we possibly can for you guys to make sure that we can continue a learning experience that is fun, innovative, and safe. Let's get started. So first things first, I'll have you know that Daniel and I are standing 6 feet apart as he films me. So we are being safe, even though I don't have a mask on right now. Before you come in every day, we're gonna ask you to log your progress, log your symptoms in Campus Clear. Campus Clear is an app that we're partnering with that's gonna help us to track symptoms of our student body and staff and any visitors who might be coming in the building throughout the day. What this is gonna do is give us a real-time sense of anybody who may be becoming symptomatic and be able to help them to get tested as quickly as possible. It'll also help us to make sure that we are keeping everyone who is coming in the building as safe as possible. So each morning you'll log in and you'll log your symptoms for the day. Our administrators on campus who are tracking COVID, the COVID task force will then be able to monitor anybody who's got symptoms to follow up with them to make sure they're doing okay, as well as figuring out when we need to get testing. All of the policies and procedures for the Campus Clear app and all of our entry and exit procedures will be gone over extensively in orientation. Now, let's head to some of the places around campus that you can keep yourself safe. As you go throughout campus, you're going to notice several different changes. Number one, what we're asking you to do. We're asking every person who comes into the building to be wearing a mask. We're going to be providing branded masks for those who are working on staff here. We're going to ask you to bring masks with you when you come back to campus as students to make sure that as you're inside, you're helping prevent the spread of COVID to other people, as well as preventing it for yourself. So around the building, we've got lots of places to make sure you're keeping your hands away from your face and making sure that you're keeping them clean. You'll see hand sanitizer stations all over, as well as different limits on regular places on campus. So, for example, we are no longer going to be packing the elevator full of people. We're going to ask that 2 people at a time come on the elevator. You're also going to be standing about 6 feet apart in public spaces. Next, as you'll notice when you come into classrooms, we're going to have chairs spaced apart about 6 feet. Now, obviously, that's not possible in every single building. The CDC does recommend, though, that if you cannot maintain a safe distance of 6 feet, a distance of 3 feet while wearing a mask is acceptable. So there will be some classroom situations where we have desks spaced as far as we can apart, and the instructors as far back as they can be. In those rooms, removing a mask will not be an option. You will need to wear your mask the entire time. One of the other things that you'll notice is we're going to have disinfectant wipes all over the building. One of the reasons behind that is that we want to make sure if you're going to be touching a public space, you've got a wipe to be able to open the door. Most doors will remain propped open. Those that can't due to fire code will remain closed. We'll ask you to either use a foot if you're very handy to open them, or use a Clorox wipe to open those. We'll also have wipes available in practice rooms. Distancing is still expected in practice rooms, and you are going to be expected to wipe down all the equipment that you use as you are wrapping up your practices. Now, one of the hardest things to get used to will at first be continuing to gather virtually for worship. So you will have bands being streamed from inside Vining, and we'll have worship leaders also being streamed from our Chicago campus or the Dallas campus or Atascadero campus. They will all be virtual though. Worship will be virtual at least until fall break, at which point we'll reassess. The good news is God is not limited in any way, shape, or form by whether or not we gather in person. And whether we are receiving His Word and worshiping together virtually or in person, I think the Holy Spirit is still present and is not limited by that in any way, shape, or form. Lastly, you may have some questions that weren't answered in the video so far, and if so, we're going to refer you to the Visible COVID-19 page, and we've got all the policies and procedures listed out for every space we could possibly think of on campus. If, however, you still can't find your answer for your question in that page, please feel free to contact myself, Jessica Simpson, who's our housing manager, Ben Raleigh, VP of business, any of the VPs, anybody on the fourth floor, feel free to ask your question, and we'll be happy to figure out answers for you as fast as we can. There's going to be a lot of situations that come up this semester that we are not able to predict. When we got our plan together for the fall, we all felt pretty confident that at all of our campuses, cases would have gone down in plenty of time, and that's not been the case so far. And so as with the rest of the country and the rest of the world, really, like, we're adjusting as we go. And so what you can know is that the whole VP team, everybody on the fourth floor here in the Memphis campus, and everyone at all of our campuses around the country are monitoring the situation, monitoring the numbers, the cases, and the CDC guidelines daily to make sure that we're putting us all in the safest place possible as we get back. So just know, we are excited for those of you who are coming back on campus to come back. For those of you who are joining us virtually, we are excited for you to be here virtually as well. Can't wait to see you, whether it's on a screen or in person, in a few weeks. We'll talk to you soon.